Well, good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. Well, we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together, enjoying some Jesus and some glam. So, we are going to be doing some beauty on the inside and some beauty on the outside. The foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And we are going to have a great time today. I love the verse that we're going to be working on today. Today, we're going to be in Proverbs 31. I know, ladies, do not roll your eyes at me. There are some good words of wisdom, although seemingly unattainable in Proverbs 31. So today, we're going to be looking at verse. Oh, I got it written down here, not over here. So strengthen. So it's talking about the overall character, demeanor, well-being, and belief that the perfect wife has, a godly woman has. So strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Sorry, I'm reading very tiny words. And she laughs at the time to come. So I love that for so many reasons. Number one of my favorite pictures when I was a kid growing up. Sorry, that comes from Proverbs 31:25. So one of my favorite pictures when I was a kid growing up, I can't remember if it was in our house or if it was just someplace that I visited often. But there was a black and white, like a hand sketch drawing of Jesus laughing, and his head was just kind of back, and he just had like a full on his face. And I loved that. To me, it gave, I know we talk about, Jesus love, Jesus loves the little children, but it really brought it down to, he was human too. And he experienced emotions and things just the same way that we experience emotions. Laughter, crying. We saw him cry a few times. One of the shortest verses in the Bible, Jesus wept. So that was one of my favorite images. And it just kind of marries with this verse to me, that she laughs at the time to come. So no matter if your time to come is going to be good or your time to come is going to be bad, what was that? WWJD. What would Jesus do? He would laugh. All right. So that is what our verse is going to be for this week. So we are going to have that scrolling across the bottom of our screen. And today we're going to be playing with a little bit of a fall look. It is going to be, what did I actually call it? I think I called it like a fall look with teal and orange with the Fula. So today we're going to be playing with a small but mighty palette. This is the Fula from Juvia's Place. And you can see this is a tiny 9-pan, but there are some beautiful colors. So today we're going to be living in this one, having some fun and playing around with that. But then we're going to stay true to some of our stable colors because, I just love me some MAC Flat Out Fabulous. So that's where we are going to be today. And I hear you all dinging already, so let me get over to you. Good morning. So nice to have you with us today. And I know I can see where some of you are from, but just give a shout out. Where are you from this morning? All right. I don't know what it is about the UK. Do you people not sleep? So great to have you with us this morning. And then I see some Texas people as well. Awesome. Nice to have you here with me. Look forward to memorizing some scripture with you this week. So just keep shouting out where you are, and I'll keep looking at it as I see something different. Oh, California. There we go. So we've got the Professional Matte Primer. We are going to start out by getting our face ready to go. And so for me, with that combo skin, I need something that's just going to kind of control that oil, lock it in, and give me a nice matte finish all day. So we're going to use that. We're going to give us just a little tiny drop of that right there. That will do your whole face. Between the tips of your fingers. This is going to help control oil, minimize pores, fine lines, wrinkles. It's just going to help your foundation to set better and give you a nice, cleaner finish. So, any place where you got fine lines, wrinkles, right around your lips, not like over the whole lip, but right around the edge. That's going to help keep your lipstick in and reduce the opportunity for your lipstick to blend out. That was a nice way of saying creep, but anyways. Okay, so That is gonna get our skin prepped and ready to go. And Oregon, really? Welcome, Oregon. So we have got some Bye Bye Under Eye. This is going to be our concealer. I am the shade 11 Light Nude. Make sure that you get a shade, 1 to 2 shades lighter than what your foundation is. And a little bit of this goes a long way. So we are just going to have a small ribbon of that right there. And we're going to kind of big picture, put it where we want it, and then we'll blend it out. So we're going to set that there. And anything that you have that you want to conceal, this is where you're going to do that. You got redness, maybe you have hyperpigmentation from acne scarring, age, whatever. So just kind of big picture, put that where you want that. I'm going to use this for the red I got on the tops of my cheeks, the red I got on my nose, red I got up here, red. Maybe it's just me. I don't have rosacea, but I do have a lot of redness to my skin. So we're going to just use that to kind of even that out. So when we put our foundation on, Florida. Wow, you guys be careful there. So yeah, that big hurricane, I don't remember the name, but heading your way. So be careful in Florida. Our prayers are with you as you prepare for that. All right, so I am going to be using, this is a foundation brush, but concealer foundation. And this is the It brush for Ulta Airbrush Blurring Foundation, the number 101. So now that has had a chance to warm up to our skin temperature, we're going to just use that to blend that out. Up on that brow bone, right there in that corner of the eye. We're going to use that as a primer for our shadow there, so just kind of work that in. Then I'm going to blend that out to the top of my cheek there. Get rid of that redness. And now you can see we have an even playing field for our foundation to be able to do its job better. Speaking of foundation, I'm going to be using the Lancome Tinty Dull. This is the Ultra Wear. This is a reformulated, so it does have that SPF in there, so good job. This is the 225N. Go get yourself shade matched. Find the one that is perfect for your skin tone. Lighter, darker, same color, you're to call. Just don't stray too far from what your face is. And make sure to stay within your skin tone. So, what does that mean? That means, are you leaning to the yellow? Are you straight down the middle like me in a neutral? Or do you lean a little bit to the warm? So, go visit your nearest Ulta Sephora and they can help you with that shade match. Or go in and play yourself. Play with it. Figure out what texture you like the best. Figure out what color you like the best. Go. Have fun. No pressure. Give yourself some time. All right. So we're going to take that foundation brush, and I've already kind of mixed this while I was talking. So that's already good for you. So we're just going to give that a pump right here. And that's going to do your whole face. So we're just going to blend that out. We're just going to put big picture every place we want it. This one dries down a little bit to the slower side, so you got plenty of time. Well, don't be lollygagging or anything, but you got plenty of time to get that thing blurred out before it says. And right along that chin, we're just going to blend that out. Yeah, kind of a brushing, dabbing kind of movement. This one, different foundations work different ways. I like the Lancome Tinty Dull with a brush versus a beauty blender. I definitely don't like it with the damp beauty blender. With the damp beauty blender, you minimize its coverage, and I don't know, I just don't think it does as well. So try a couple of different ways. Figure out what gives you the look that you want. No wrong answers here, just different choices. And then we're going to get that right around the edge of that lip there. And for me, I got a little I don't know. What do you call them? Are they laugh lines if it's right here in the middle of your Cupid's bow? I don't know. Whatever it is. Got it right there. So just blend that out. Make sure you get around your nose good. Then give a nice close up. Make sure you got some even coverage. When you are happy with it, let's move on to our next thing. And our next thing is to, set what we've got. So we're going to be using the Laura Mercier. This is the translucent loose setting powder ultra blur, and this is in translucent. Yeah, I know, I'm a little goofy this morning. I don't know. And I'm going to be using the Beauty Blender. This is just a nice triangular puff there. You can see I've used that one a time or two. Love the pointy tip on this and then the rounded end on the bottom. So we're just going to take that pointy tip, get a little on there. We're going to work that around the eye. Being gentle. You don't want to be tugging on that. A little bit on that tip. Do the other side. There we go. What I like about that tip is you can get right in there just like that. And then right up underneath that eye without risking, poking yourself in the eye. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to the big end of that. I'm going to catch our cheek. Man, y'all are on your game today. Yes, I did not start in the center of my face. You are correct. Doesn't really matter where you start, just matters that you cover everything. So, but I'll move to the center. There we go. No magic in the order that you do this. But yes, I think we all do have like our habits of the order of things that we do. And then finally, we're going to finish with the forehead. And we're just kind of blurring that on. Not scrubbing too hard. Just sort of pressing that into that foundation so you get a nice, smooth, blurred coverage. There you go. Yeah, man, that Laura Mercier is something, huh? Beautiful. Okay, so now that we've got all of that going on, we are going now, like our face is totally white now, or brown, or chocolate, or whatever it is that you have. But anyways, it's all an even color. And so we need to add a little bit of contouring in there to give us the shape and the dimension in the places where we want them. So I am going to start with the Benefit Hula Bronzer. That is this one right here. And the Hula Bronzer is just enough. You're going to see this like on to pan. Just a really nice, just about everybody can use the Hula Bronzer. There is a lighter one, and there is, I think Toasted is the darker one. So, find the one that works for you for the dimension that you want and use that. So I'm going to be using this brush here, actually a foundation brush, but a brush is a brush. So we're going to use this end here for the bronzer, this end here for the highlighter. So we're going to start on the flat side of the brush. I'm going to get powder on this side, and then I'm going to tip it up. We're going to go from the ear to about right here where the nostril is, just above where the small of your cheek is. Stay just above that. Same thing on the other side. So the more glam dimension that you want, you're going to either apply more or have a darker color. That's going to give you more of that contrast between the highs and the lows. So your call how you want that. If you want it more just like, like average daily wear, then you want your bronzer to be 2-3 shades lighter than what your foundation is. You want a little more aggressive, then go somewhere like 3 to 5 shades darker than what your foundation is. Just a personal preference on how you like it. We're going to put a little bronzer up there on that hairline there. Then we're going to switch to the side of the brush. We're going to go from the cheek to just past the corner of your mouth there with a neutral face so that you're truly getting right on that jawline. That's going to give the illusion we have more jawline than we actually do. So for those of us girls who have more than one chin, this is going to help with that. There you go. Now, staying with the side of that brush, we're going to go beside the nose. Now, if you have a slender nose, you can totally bypass this. Unless you just want more slender. That's going to kind of bring in our nose and give us a better running way for our highlighter that we're getting ready to do. All right, so take a look. Make sure your dark is all where you want it, to the depth of what you want. And then we're going to move on to our highlighter. So we're going to switch to this side of the brush here. We're going to be using the Juvia's Place Volume 3. And this is just a nice neutral. Has a little bit of sparkle, but not like a whole bunch. You're not going to be glittery. It just has a little bit of shimmer to it. So don't freak out. You'll be fine. Okay, so we're just going to give a couple of swirls of this. We're going to go across the top of the cheek and then right beside the eye. Nice. And then down the center of the face. Gonna make sure we pay special attention to that Cupid's bow. That's gonna give you the illusion of a little fuller of a lip, so that's always good unless you just got beautiful lips already, which is probably not most of us. All right, so now we finished our highs and our lows. How are we going to get our color in there? We're going to use a regular blush brush. This is a MAC and we're going to use Juvia's Place. This is the Volume 3. And today, I think actually today I'm going to use this one right here. Just give a little more color, especially because we're going to kind of be bringing it down with that teal. Want to lift that up just a little bit. We also got the Flat Out Fabulous on the lips happening, and that's a pretty stout color. So these are very pigmented blushes. So make sure that you just kind of give a tap, tap, and you're all good there. Literally tap, tap. We're going to go between the highlighter and the bronzer. And then between the highlighter and the bronzer up on that temple. And I told you, it does not take much. Then we're going to tap just like half a tap. And give a little color up on the forehead, tip of the nose, chin. You don't really need any extra for that. We're not trying to, make them pink. We just want to add a little touch of color. All right. So now we have some actual shape to our face from everything that we, blended out. So let's say our verse together that is rolling across the bottom of your screen. I said that like any good waitress, and now it's disappeared. Okay, here we go. You ready? Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. I just like the laughs part, so I was ready to get to that. I know, right? You guys are very chatty this morning. I love that. I love that. Okay, so we are going to move on to our lips. We are going to be using some Urban Decay. This is the, 24/7 Glide On Lip Liner, I think it's called. And this is the color Jilted. Just a nice, kind of a raspberry pink sort of a color. And then we're going to be using the MAC. This is the, Retro Matte Lipstick in Flat Out Fabulous. Love the pink of this. So we're going to start out with that lip liner. And we're going to line the outside of our lips. I'm talking straddling on that lip line as best you can. Get as much real estate as possible without going over onto your skin. Here we go. So we're going to start out in the center of that Cupid's bow. Just give yourself a nice V to start with, and then we'll round out from there to the outside corner. And now we're going to go to the bottom on the center, give us just a little bit of a curve, and then round that out to the outside corners. Take a step back, see if you like your line. Everything looks even. Now we're going to take that just inside of the line that we just did. We're going to use a little bit lighter pressure and line a second time. That's right. You just kind of ombre-ing this out a little bit. I'm telling you, your lipstick will wear so much better if you will do it this way. It will last twice as long. Given that nice clean edge also gives you a nice runway, to color between the lines for your lips as we put on our lipstick. So we're going to grab that Flat Out Fabulous. There we go. And now you have a beautiful lip that is just going to balance out so nice. Wait till you see the colors that we're playing with it today. Okay, so now we have got our lips on. Time to play with the fun, which is the eyes. Okay, so for those of you that have blue eyes, they are going to look so much bluer with this. And I feel like browns look more brown. So it's not that they pop, but they just get a beautiful intensity with these particular colors. So today we're going to be playing with, we're going to use, oh, they do have names. So we're going to use Nomad, which is this one right here. We're going to use Aziza, which is this one right here. And then we're going to use a little bit of the Zuba right here. And then we're going to just blend that up to the eyes and what we have on there right now. So we're going to start out with a medium brush. And this is going to be the Morphe M433. I'm just going to use a nice brush like that. And we're going to be in that Nomad, this one right here. So we're just going to grab that Nomad. And we're going to be right here. Isn't that just a beautiful teal? So just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Kind of giving it a very small V right there. Okay. Now I got a little bit of fallout, so we're just going to take our fluffy brush, dust that away. We're going to take that same brush, just kind of dust the tip off on that tissue that you've got nearby or in your lap. And then we're going to go into, I didn't actually say this color, but Taza, this one right here. We're going to swirl that tip of that brush there, and we're going to finish out that top color right here with that. So just blend the Taza into, what was that called? Nomad. Okay, so what we want to do at this point is make sure that you can see those colors above the fold of your eye. So when I look straight ahead, I should be able to see those. And you can see I need to come up just a little bit. Dust that off, and then we're going to go back into the Nomad to bring that up a little bit. Okay. Now you can see when you look forward, you should see that peeking up above the fold of your eye. So there we go. Much, much better. I'm just going to blend those a little better right there. And now we want to give some kind of a blending color up on the top. So I'm going to take a fluffier brush. That is, let's see, this one right here, which is a Morphe 441. And we're going to use that nice fluffy one. And we're going to go into the Zuba, this right here. So Zuba, just give it a couple of swirls. We don't want it like fully loaded. We just need a little bit of color on there. And that's going to be what you're blending out right here. So just use that to soften that edge. And I'm not going all the way up to the brow bone with that. Just using a little bit of it. Nice. And we can take that other brush. Don't need to add anything to it. Just kind of blend it on top of that. There we go. Now you're all nice and blended. Okay, so we are going to grab a Morphe 166, just a nice flat shadow brush. This one's almost like using your finger. And we're going to be going into, what is this one called? Aziza, this right here. And with this brush, you're just going to get the shadow on one side. And we're going to put that right in that void that we made. And then we're going to blend it into that Nomad right over here. Definitely working some fallout on that. Okay. I feel like it's right there. It needs a little. There we go. I'm just going to get into that Nomad, hit that corner a little bit. All right. We're going to add a little eyeliner and then come back and do the under of the eye. So I am using the Too Faced. This is the Killer Liner in the shade, I think it's Killer Black. So we're going to go on the top of the lid from the outside to about halfway. And we're just going to line that a little to give some depth to the outside of the eyelid. And then on the underside, we're going to go from the outside corner to about halfway. And then we'll work our shadow into that in just a second. I think for today, we're going to get that waterline just a little bit too. Not all the way across, just a little bit. And yes, the Killer Liner is waterproof, so that will stay on your waterline. Okay. Now that we got that, we are going to grab a smudger. Oh, I didn't grab my favorite one. Oh, there. Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to be using the Real Techniques. This is the smudge brush. The number, I think it's 78. It's on here somewhere. 87. Okay, so number 87. And this is just a nice blunt, kind of a oblong shaped of one, which is why I like it. So we're going to get that Nomad. Just get it on the front tip of that. We're going to work that about halfway right into that black liner. Just there on the bottom, and then come across that corner. There you go. And then up and around. Now, while I got this brush out, I'm going to go ahead and come in here. And we're going to intensify that right there. See how much depth that just gave that? Okay. Make sure that my shape is good out here. Get any fallout off. Okay, so now take that smudger, either get another one if you have another one of it, or just dust the edge off. And we're going to get into that, what was it called? Taza, that nice purple color, just on that tip there. And we're going to go from the inside corner, meeting that teal. There we go. Nice. All right. Man, I really do like that. I just want to make sure that I've got the inside corner of this really well, because it looks like maybe the inside corner is not totally digging it. So I'm going to grab this detail brush, a precision eyeliner brush from it. And I'm just going to catch the inside there. Oops. Make sure you grab the right color. I'm just going to grab the inside here and make sure that is going all the way down. There we go. And let's just wrap that around the eye to the inside here. Okay, nice. And this is a good time if you see anything, it's not 100% the way you want it. Now is where you want to fix that. It actually looks like I might need a little of this right here. There we go. Okay, nice. So we're going to grab our last liner, which is, excuse me, our Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. We're going to line from the outside corner to the inside corner, just giving us a nice line for our false lashes to set on, and just a clean runway for that. It's also, if you have any gap between your lash line and the false lash, it's going to totally cover that. And so you got a little margin of error with this. So from the outside edge, right along that lash line, and we're just going to go to the inside. And this is a waterproof liner as well. So once that dries down, man, it is not going to go anywhere. There we go. So we're going to give that just a minute to dry down while we do our eyebrows. So while my hair is fading, if you have fashion colored hair, sometimes you have to get a little creative with how you do your brows. So that could be a lip liner, that could be an eyeliner, it could be an eyeshadow stick, which is what I'm going to be using today. Could be just a little bit of your setting spray with an eyeshadow. You know, do what you got to do to get the color that you need. But I love it when a fun hair has matching brows. So whatever your brow product is, we're going to do that now. So, oh, it looks like I need a little bit of sharpen. Love this dual chambered sharpener brush. So we're just going to give that a little bit of a something. We just need a little bit of a point on there. There we go. And let's get that brow filled in. So if you are using a pomade or a pencil, or maybe you got a powder brow product, whatever that is, you're going to do that now. I feel a hair coloring coming on this afternoon because now my brows are all this lovely pink and my hair is not. Okay. And then I'm going to take a brow brush and let's just fine tune that. Making sure the hairs are all going the direction I want them. Everything is a nice, clean, and neat line. Come on. There you go. Sometimes you got to be convincing them where they need to be. Oh, no? Is that just me? Okay. There we go. And look at it. Make sure you got your sides even. Looks like I need a little bit right there. I think I brushed it away. There we go. Okay. Much better. Much better. So we can set that aside now. What do we got? We got no lashes. So let's work on our lashes. So today I'm going to be wearing the Monsieur Big. I'm going to play pickleball later today. So I'm going with a waterproof mascara just to make sure that my mascara does not go anywhere all day long or in the evening when I'm playing pickleball. So Monsieur Big, this is going to be a nice waterproof mascara, and literally not going to go anywhere at all. I'm going to be using the lash curler. This is Tweezerman great onyx, great grip, some lash curler. Okay. So we're going to find that sweet spot for our lash curler. I am trying to get up here. Oh, it's not in there. Okay. So we're going to use our verse as a timer for our lash curler. So it's a little bit of a short verse today. So we're going to say it twice just to make sure that we've got a nice, good curl to our lashes. And this is something that you can do every day that will help you to memorize that Bible verse. So we're using that as our timer. So when you put your lash curler on, you want to make sure that when you press down on it, it is not pinching your eyelid at all. If you feel any pinching at all, loosen your grip on it, pull it out just a smidge and try it again. You should not have any there should be no pain involved in lash curling. So let's go ahead and find our sweet spot. It may take you a couple times. There we go. Once you've got that sweet spot, we're going to say that verse together. You ready? Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. Here we go. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. And we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Find your spot. Ooh, got it first time. There we go. Ready? Hold on. I wait until it rolls around. There we go. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. Say that one more time. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. Okay. Now you got a good curl going on. We're going to get that mascara, and we're going to do the top and the bottom. The top lashes are just going to get one coat because we are wearing false lashes. And so we just need one coat so that our lashes blend in with those false lashes. If you already have black lashes, you can possibly bypass this step, but mine are not black. They are kind of a whitishy clear color. So you have to do this or else you look like you have weird false lashes. So here we go. Let's do that same thing on, same thing on the other side. Just a nice light coat. We'll make sure we go from the inside all the way to the outside edge. Woo! Yes, I did almost drop my mascara wand on my cheek. Okay, don't do that. Okay, so now we're going to get those bottom lashes. I'm going to grab a little magnifying mirror so I can see those a little bit better. So we're going to grab that wand. Give a nice coat to those bottom lashes. We're going to have a lot of weight on those top lashes. We want to make sure that the bottom lashes stand up to that. Nice. Now, same thing on the other side. Sweeping up under those tips to make sure that we get nice, good coverage. You can use the edge of that brush to get any spots that are being a little stubborn. There we go. Okay. So, for today, I'm going to be wearing the Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Lash Zaria. Things I love about this lash. I love that it's got a flare, so a little narrow on the inside, wider on the outside. You can see I've already trimmed these. But I do remember The last time that I wore these, they needed to be trimmed just a tidge more. So I'm going to grab my lash tool. I'm going to take the lash off of the tray. How do I know? Great question. How do I know that the lashes need to be trimmed a little bit more? I was getting a lot of poking on the inside edge, which typically is an indicator that you didn't quite take enough off on the outside edge. So we're going to take these and we're going to give just an extra little trim. Oops. If I can get it to stop moving from me. So we're going to go to the outside edge of that and just take a trim off. And let's see if that helps us today. So then let me grab the other lash off of the tray, just using the outside edge with that tool. And we're going to take the same amount off of this one that we just took off of that one. So we're going to tip that there and just take a little piece off. There we go. I have no idea where that just flicked. Okay, so you can set your little lash scissors around. Those tools are courtesy of Allure. So we are going to grab that first lash. We're going to grab it right in the center, just like this. And then we're going to grab our adhesive. I am using the Allure 18-hour lash glue. Love this glue. It adheres very, very well. You can cry. I wouldn't advise going swimming or anything like that. But it has survived a Six Flags roller coaster. So, you know, I'm figuring if you can do the Titan, pretty good by me. So let's do this. Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. My lashes were going blip, 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 blip. But, you know, it still held on. Okay, so we're going to get the front corner of this, the front edge of this band. And then we're going to get on the back edge of this band. We're going to make sure that we pay special attention to the inside and outside corners, that they are definitely covered well so that this will go where you want it and then not go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to set that one down. Then I'm going to grab my lash on the other side. And we're going to do that same thing. Lash adhesive is going on the top of the band. And then lash adhesive is going on the back of the band. I think I just got it on my tool though. So tool's a little too close to the band. And then we're going to make sure that we get a nice amount on the outside edges of that so that that does not go anywhere. All right, cap your lash glue. Don't let that sit uncapped or it'll dry out kind of fast. So when we put our lashes on, we're going to actually take that lash. These are relatively new. So I'm just going to grab the outside corners of this and I'm just going to do this just to soften them up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my lash tool and we're going to hold that lash right in the center. Now, making sure we pay special attention to which lash goes to which eye. There we go. That's the narrow is on this edge here. Therefore, that's this one. So we're going to set that. Okay, so we waited just a second while we were talking so that that lash glue dries down just a little bit. How do you know it's ready to go? When it starts to get a little bit clear and loses a little bit of its shine, then you know it's ready to go. So we got this. You can also do like this, fan it a little bit, and that'll help it dry down too. So we're going to set that right down in the center of the eye, right where your lash meets your lid. And then get the inside corner and then get the outside corner. And you're just setting that down right on that eyeliner that you put on earlier. Then we're going to make sure our lashes and those lashes are actually touching. So just kind of smash them together a little bit. I have to keep double checking the inside. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but just make sure that that stays where you want it to. I'm going to take the tip of this tool and work my lashes into the false lashes. There we go. And you can see the impact that the false lash has. Definitely, these are, I think these are a natural volume. They might be a medium volume. But they're a very natural looking lash and they're just super pretty and just give, if you have smaller eyes, this will definitely help. Look how much bigger this eye looks compared to this eye. And no, I was going to say no trickery, but yeah, it kind of is. Anyways, you're just trying to make the most with what you have. So these do make your eyes look a little bit bigger. So small eyes, a little bit wider eyeliner, and then false lashes. So other side. Oh, I didn't curl it. Hold on. So again, we're just going to tweak our band a little bit, give it a little curl, soften it up. Now we're going to grab it in the middle and we're going to set it down just like the other one, right there in the middle. Get the inside edge down, outside edge, right on that liner. And we're going to marry the lashes and the false lashes. There we go, just smushing them together. And then we're just going to make sure everything's together. Taking the tip, working our lashes in with the false lashes. Checking on the other side, making sure everything stayed put. Nice. Now, we did have a little bit of fallout with this today. So I'm actually going to take the tip of the beauty blender, or not the beauty blender, the powder puff. And I'm just going to get a little bit of powder on that. And we're just going to dust under the eye there. Just clean it up a little bit if you have. Now, I didn't have too much, but I did have a little bit. So that can clean up if you find yourself having made a mess of any kind. Now, because what we just did was dusted off what we had, I'm going to come back in with that highlighter and make sure that I've got that right here. Now, just for an extra little bit of sparkle too, I'm going to take the fluffy brush that we were using. This is that Morphe 441. I'm going to put that in the highlighter too and just get that right on the outside of that brow bone. Get a little overzealous like I just did, you can always come back in with that shadow brush and fix yourself. Okay. There we go. Now, what are we going to do to make this set and stay all day long and continue to look like this from beginning to end of the day? We're going to use our Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed. And this is just a beautiful setting spray. Love the smell of this. Just give it a shake ahead of time. Give you a light spray. Man, that smells good. We're just going to fan that down. And then you are ready to go for the entire rest of your day. I am now good to play pickleball later on this evening. Okay, so I know. What, y'all don't play pickleball in full face of makeup? Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a delight to chat with you and, loved hearing your comments and where you all were from. Look forward to seeing you throughout this week on the website, Little Bit of Makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com, or on social media. So again, let's take a look at the verse that we are working on for today. We're going to get that there. And then we're going to add that up here. Okay, so let's say that verse together. Strength and dignity. Wait. Yeah. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. Proverbs 31:25. Okay, so it'll be something we work on all this week. So love celebrating and aspiring to that Proverbs 31 woman. So we have a book coming up, and so I'm super excited about this here. This is our book for season 3. This is Color Me James, and very excited. I have a meeting on is it Monday or Tuesday, with a mentor that I've been working with. And so we are going to walk through the book, take a look at its outline, its all its components and see how close we are. I am crossing my fingers that by the end of it, I know I've been saying that for like months, right? Well, life has happened. So looking forward to having Color Me James be launched so that we can work on that book together. I am so excited to memorize the book of James with you. It is going to be a great undertaking, but by prayer and discipline, we can work our way through it. It is going to be an exciting time. So let me get back over to here. You can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podbeam, Facebook, Instagram, you got it. It's everywhere. So remember, everywhere video podcasts are. So until we meet again, my friends, we are going to sing ourselves out together. That is exactly right. Those of you in the chat, wherever you are, sing it with me. Love scripture and song. It just helps you to get everything down. So the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Oh, Heavenly Father, how thankful I am for all the ladies that have hung out with me here today. Father, those who have endured me, I just pray that you would give us an extra measure of blessing this week as we learn more about that Proverbs 31, as we aspire to these words that you have given us, Father, that we would do these things, that we would emulate these actions that you have said make a great woman. Father, and we pray as we focus on this verse 25, that you would help us to hide this word in our heart, that we would bring it to mind, to share with others and to edify and to educate ourselves, to remind us that Psalm 119 is true, that we would hide these words in our heart. Father, I just pray that you would give us a blessing as we go throughout this week, and that you would help us to celebrate the fact that we are women of God. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Well, again, it has been wonderful to spend some time with you today, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the week on a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com. Love you. Mwah.